Hello and welcome back to a very special episode of the Force Commander's Guide to Purging Nurgle. I am Jay Starr, joined by Alish, a man who knows there are times when we must purge things from this world because they should not exist.
Yeah, like mosquitoes.
Yeah, this is a good one, yeah.
Fuck mosquitoes. I know they're a critical part of the habitats and lots of things rely on them to eat, but seriously, get rid of mosquitoes, something else will fill their niche.
Fuck those little malaria spreaders.
Or we'll have ecological collapse, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy it more because there won't be any mosquitoes.
I think it would be very funny if humanity brings itself down by eradicating mosquitoes when we have so many other options that we're actively working on right now.
Still not repairing those guns.
Well, we've got to finish the construction project that's currently going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alert! Small-scale projectiles launching from the enemy vessel.
Torpedoes?
Negative. Analysis patterns reveal satellite deployment. Vox transmissions detected.
What are they casting?
Commander, this could be the Dark Tongue. Order your crew to put on their helmets and...
Update. Multiple crew stations unresponsive.
It's a distraction. The enemy ship's maneuvering to attack.
The Dark Tongue. So I had some time between the next blue missions, so I figured I'd just seek out a Death Guard and entertain myself and get some free requisition, since I wasn't making it to a second actual Bloomspawn.
Shields are affixed. They are ready.
Oh look, revealing that you hadn't actually leveled up Silas.
Brothers, we don't have much time. Find the cruiser's generators and destroy them, now.
It's going to be a real short mission. Hey look, it's the last generator.
That's the last of the power generators.
So I've shown 3 of these before,
cruiser is
and
defenseless
nothing
and
significantly
can be destroyed
changed
on
from
your
this
order,
one to the
Commander.
last one. The map layout actually was slightly different. Most of the previous times, it was all like, they were in a 2x2 grid, right?
Right.
This one was like a 1x2x1. So it was a little different, but not meaningfully different enough that I felt like showing you guys a 45-minute mission of essentially more of the same.
Weirdly, the nice thing about these boarding actions is, besides the seeds, is that you get requisition and you don't get an armory roll, so you don't have to worry about things like appearing that you might want to spend on.
Right.
Because they do actually go back into the pool. There's a support fire, but it's Purgator.
Yeah, it's only 2 damage and it's garbage.
Don't want it.
So, I'm trying to remember, like, what do I do now? Well, I mean, the only obvious answer is grenades, so we gotta go work that way.
You can get some of your grenades.
Most importantly, we can get the pockets for the grenades.
Yeah.
We won't get all of the grenade abilities, but we will get most of them, or at least half of them. Also, I assume the Dark Tongue is just chaos brainwashing.
I guess. It's not really a specific thing in the lore.
Okay.
You know, there's no, chaos language that corrupts people to hear it.
I mean, you keep going on about the PCBs that summon demons. I would have figured that, there'd be a corruption language.
Well, I mean, the PCBs that summon demons is in the sense of, you're spelling out the name of the demon in a ritual object, so to speak. Also, why is he so squishy?
I don't know. I did tell you that between this play and the last time, I didn't actually shut the game down. And I can only assume that the problem has persisted and is following us out of the mission.
Okay, well, it's a nice upgrade to Killing Frenzy. I don't think you'll ever actually use it, but you should. It's good.
There's a small chance I might press that, you know? And then we're gonna have to go figure out how to drain the Evisaur, I guess.
I hear that one of these reapers has been banished from the Materium. A commander's first victory against a greater denizen of the warp warrants a special commendation. Given your present circumstances, I will allow you one unrestricted request from the Armoury.
Here's always a tough choice. These are all usually good rewards. Probably tier 2 or 3 guaranteed. The banner just puts Ector in high
Mighty
spirits.
blade of legend.
And I think also gives everybody a willpower for like 45, 60 days.
Well, it's a warding staff.
Yeah, not what I was looking for.
These are honestly, like, you never really use them, but especially on your like focused ranged attackers, putting a warding staff is fine.
Yeah, I suppose.
Getting free armor every turn in exchange for having a shittier melee weapon.
Yeah. You know who might, use that, though? Also, just please, can we get the squishiness out of the barracks?
See, that's like... that doesn't even require focus.
Yeah.
Straight 100% and then +2.
And then I'm comparing it against his current Crozum thingy, and finding it lacking.
I mean, it can even be upgraded to 5 damage. It's not awful.
Yeah.
It's very usable.
Oh, God.
But only on the basis of the fact that you kind of have a shitty Crozius.
Yeah. I mean, the warning stat is actually pretty decent, that one. A little bit less damage, but a boost to Aegis is actually kind of nice, especially if you maybe continue to stack it even harder by putting it on a Justicar. But then you don't have parry or probably the damage output of your choice of weapons. Not everyone's going to put great swords on their Justicars, I realize that's a me thing. But, Justicars get extra armor when they Aegis anyway, so why not just continue to stack bonuses and just have somebody that walks around with like 6 points of free Aegis shield every turn?
For a second there, I didn't think you were going to actually repair. Not that it's hugely necessary. Gun batteries are only important for events that care about them.
Prognosticators have observed an unprecedented increase in the Plague God's activities in your sector. One they failed to predict.
Are we to understand, Grandmaster, that more substantial reinforcements may be forthcoming? Perhaps a second strike cruiser?
Unfortunately, Inquisitor, this event has created a power vacuum that the other Lords of Chaos have now rushed to fill. Our brotherhoods are thoroughly pressed, so I must ask if I can relieve you of some of your surplus stores for the sake of the chapter.
Those tomes are mine. You have no right.
Fear not, Inquisitor. Once you have cleansed the sector, I will fully compensate you. Commander, your voluntary contribution is duly noted.
Any more empty reassurances you'd like to share, Purifier?
Okay, two things. First of all, of course, we dunk on Vakir for this. F the research speed, and F her. I probably would have sent servitors if I had some, but I didn't. And we may have noticed while the barracks was being very squishy and loud, a lot of my people are injured. I didn't really want to occupy 4 people for, a month and a half, my current situation. And then also, secondly, Grandmaster Kai finally acknowledges the situation out here. First thing he does is tell us to give him more stuff back so that we're less equipped for the fight.
I hear whispers, the sibilant murmurs of demonkind, taunting me.
Guidance. Turn off your audio receptors. We cannot risk demonic infestation on the edict.
They are mere words, Dominus. Commander. I have attuned the codex once more. This Reaper can't hide from us now.
Excellent. I will inform Ektar. We must ready our forces.
We will be ready.
Something seemed a little off there.
I really like Lunette's response there. Just turn off your ears.
Yeah.
Tentar's Hive.
Ugh. So, red is way over there. Yeah. pretty minor mission over there. Getting kind of bloomy over there. And, 4 or 4.
Well, there's a tier 3 Crozius.
How good of you to identify what made my decision-making process so easy on this choice.
Since you can replace the warding staff that you just got.
Yeah.
Maybe give it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is definitely what I was thinking about this choice. Of which star to go to. Sector. There are several nice upgrades. The Geller Field just making warp travel safe. Great. Meditation Chamber just for more XP, although we're pretty much topping out. I don't have enough servitors for any of that.
Nor do you really care about any of that.
The Geller Field I definitely care about.
I mean, it's nice, but it's not huge. Oh, well, you know, Gellerfield would have probably helped with this, wouldn't it?
Multiple stellar warp surges across the sector. Coordinates have been updated on the star map. Current data is insufficient to perform a proper analysis. Warp storms of this magnitude are not unprecedented. But the evolving bloom phenomenon is 77.9% likely to be a significant contributing factor.
To your point, like, the Geller Field wouldn't have stopped that. It just spawned another warp storm up there on the mission I didn't go to. Lucky me. But every time you fly into a warp storm, you are, I assume, guaranteed to have a bad time. Some negative event will happen. Servitors will get damaged, facilities will get damaged, the hull will take damage. The worst thing I've seen, though, is the warp storm will just hurl you across the sector. You thought you were going to make it to some mission in time? Nope, you're on the wrong side of the sector now. The Geller Field just gets rid of all of that.
So we're not going to see the all-ranged attack group.
You know, I probably could have, honestly, especially with, like, Thule, Santor, bring the Vindicare in, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to unequip everybody's melee weapons and then have to remember to re-equip them at the end of the mission, too. Like, if accepting that glorious deed just temporarily...
it?
Yeah, just temporarily turned all your melee weapons into the base 1 version of them, and I didn't have to manually inventory manage it every time, yeah, I might actually consider it.
Even in the broken husk of Exterminatus, our enemy has a cruel wit indeed. We must return.
Yeah, actually, if I wanted to, I probably could have done a complete all-ranged squad fairly easy with Santor, one of the Purgators, the Vindicare, and whichever apothecary it is that has, like, the 17-range bolter.
Yeah, or you just bring a couple interceptors and give them basic melee weapons. Support fire helps quite a bit for that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're not... They can still do a good job on, basic weapons, yeah.
The quadruple interceptor silencer squad. Perfect for this mission in particular.
Moving swiftly.
I feel like it's been a while since I used Thule instead of Tarn. I get to use the Psy Cannon again. Oh, hey, reminds me. Guess where that plus AP armor eventually ended up?
Kedulon, apparently.
Yeah. I would tell you why, but I've slept since I've made that decision, so I'm just gonna have to intuit past Jade's actions. And honestly, most of it is like things like the Interceptors, who I would have thought I really wanted in on, were using armor that gave them like pockets, so that they could have crit scroll and crit book. The Justicars all went to Terminator armor, so that they can't use it. I suppose.
Yes, Commander.
I suppose I may go back and give it to Rao, the Purifier. Getting that extra AP to close the distance for the flamethrower might be really valuable. Although I think Rao was wearing grenade armor, which is why I could throw so many Brain mines? I'm gonna have to go back and remember that.
It's a hard decision.
Yeah.
Grenade armor on a purifier is really solid.
Yeah.
This does mean during exploration, Casualon kind of ends up ahead of everybody else.
It does. And it is something a player would have to be aware of. Of course, there's these nice big walls that are blocking line of sight, so I'm absolutely at no risk of an early activation.
Praise the Plague Lord!
Unless I kick down the door.
Well, yeah, but you kicked down the door.
Yeah. Kind of figured the high cover and then the high cover on the other side.
The problem is that the cover doesn't block line of sight when you're sitting at it. You peek around the corner.
But the big orange pus bubble thing next to it is hard cover, high cover, and I thought would also block line of sight to it.
Yeah, I can see based on the angle why that didn't quite work out.
Another foul seed claimed.
I didn't think there'd be much of a line of sight between that pustule and the broken wall on the opposite side of the doorway. But there was. Oh well.
Bolter trained and ready.
The fun part is that is a free AP Overwatch. Just having a plus AP is really great. And if these guys had been a bit closer, I probably could make a much larger smothering Overwatch trap for whoever's coming out of that portal.
I think to some extent you are a little concerned if you move forward. You know, they are close enough that they could, come in from that side and start taking shots at you.
Yeah. And the Bloomspawn is the plant spitter, so I also don't want to push left. I don't want to take plant juice artillery. The worst
At once, Commander. We are the instruments of his will. We are the bane of his foes.
So it's interesting, because you don't have the thing that makes it free to maintain.
No, I don't, which is really annoying, honestly.
Vengeance.
I had the enemy turn thing on fast because of the shed.
Advance with impurity!
Also that, and
Light follows in my
Santor only has 3 willpower, so it's not great right now. This is why I'm really looking for that Corrosium that negates the cost of litanies.
I think that's half the Corrosium.
I certainly hope so. I was kind of surprised I found a tier 2 one that didn't have it. I thought that was just basically, this is when Corrosiums are good.
Well, there aren't that many, different lines of Corrosiums.
Right.
Usually for weapons, there's, a couple of different variants, and then you've got a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 version of each variant.
I am here to serve.
But for, Corrosiums and the other, class-specific weapons, like the Purifiers, there's a handful. There's a lot more Storm Bolters and Force Swords and stuff than there are of the any, specific
I am here to serve.
There are so many Storm Bolters.
Your command.
I think I just wanted Santor out in the melee, so I might as well take the melee swipe with him.
Yeah, then he recovers willpower, so he's back up to 2.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Your orders. I am here to serve. Your orders.
I need to deal with that guy. Because I want to armor break the plague drone. Remember, Santor has precision targeting. So sure, that only did 4 damage, but now he doesn't have an arm. And he got his AP back.
I mean, that's why you have him in the focus armor. Increase those chances. Ooh.
Crit chance? Or, oh, you mean for the mental focus to get the AP
Mental
back.
focus, yeah.
You're right. I realize that there's a Plague Doctor here who can stitch their arms back on. So I need to deal with that before I continue shooting everybody in the arm. Look at this. It's only going to do 1 damage.
The enemy.
All it needs.
Don't care. Didn't even get through armor, but now he can't heal. And, you lose an arm. Everybody loses an arm.
At your command.
Pretty good for an 80% chance.
Just the odds of precision targeting.
Back, fiends!
Well, you had an 80% chance to fire those crits. And you
Yeah.
got 3 80% rolls.
I think I actually got a 70 on the champion.
Oh.
He was slightly
What is your
less
will?
vulnerable.
Even luckier. You filthy lucker.
Your orders?
Those were 5 pluses. Wait, no, 2 pluses. The other way around. God, it's been a while.
Fall!
So
Mercy in
they're
death.
slightly less likely than a
At
2
your
plus.
service.
But yeah, I mean, rolling 3 2 pluses. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with 3 2 pluses?
Look, I will tell you, I have
You'll never fail 3 2 pluses.
Exactly, I've never seen an L fail a 2 plus.
Ammunition depleted.
Okay, Cadulon has
Firing now.
good bolter.
The
Anti-demonic.
Yeah.
Glory to
It is nice
Cyphos.
to be able to just shoot them and have them die.
That's what the bolters are there for.
Yeah, but demons don't usually die when you shoot them.
I mean, I have like a lifetime experience of playing Doom that says otherwise.
Praise the Emperor.
The Doom guy has special traits.
Your command.
Looked like you were thinking
Yes,
about trying to
Commander.
frag grenade them and then realized that you had the brain mine.
Or was I thinking of brain mining them and then just jumping through
Yes,
the window and
Commander.
killing them with the interceptor? He's on 7. He's on 7. So yeah,
You would have to have double brain mine, and it doesn't seem like it's worth it to do that.
Yeah, that would just be wasteful.
At once.
Well, they're the only threats remaining. You could execute them, but going to the trouble of executing them to do what with the AP?
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna sit back and let them get a little bit closer. What are they gonna do? Run at and melee me? With
mean-
their 1 arm?
I have
Yes.
sanctified my rounds.
I mean, yeah, okay,
Also,
sure.
they're probably going to go for the chaplain, who is kind of chufty right now.
Yeah, it's great. He's look at him. He's so vulnerable and out in the open.
The grandfather favors you all.
He's just so out there in front of those
Round.
knights.
My own sustained.
His armor's so big.
Saddens me to think there might be someone watching this that doesn't immediately get that reference. So here's the bane of my existence, Hardened.
Cool.
Plague Knight champions can just decide the stunometer isn't a thing for a couple of turns.
Were you planning on stunning
Yes,
them?
Commander.
Yes? not because it's strictly necessary, but Cadulon's our Iron Arm Biomancy guy, and now that it's fully upgraded, I just wanted to make use of it.
I mean, okay, in fairness, this guy has 36 health.
Yeah.
Stunning might legitimately have been a faster range.
Reload required.
So I think he got the 8 HP mutation that was then doubled by the Plague Surgeon.
Yeah.
Just real rough there.
Range 14.
Yeah, that never changes, but I also never remember. Honestly, I wish they would just let me highlight the damn plants and then, you know, like Total War style, give me a highlighted area of the tiles it can hit with this ability.
Oh, you mean like...
What is your will?
In that other game. The other turn-based tactical game, the one that you prohibit any mention of.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, Stone Shard or, like, Blood Bowl, but I wasn't going to understand why you were going to say Blood Bowl, but, you know, like, it displays tactics and moves passing range.
You get a preview of where enemies can attack you from.
Oh, you mean triangle strategy?
Yeah, Advance Wars.
I strike true.
Final Fantasy Tactics?
I can't wait for the person in the thread who has no idea what we're talking about. She's going to be extremely confused. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen that mutation, the plus 16 HP. It's not like it's a real problem.
On the way.
It's taking an extra turn.
Oh yeah, it's just making him very sandbaggy, beefy, whatever. But every Chaos Marine, I think, has like at least 5 mutations, and because he's a champion, his is more. I think like the regular Marines get 4 HP, he gets 8. But then the Plague Surgeon can just say, "Hey, you get double bonuses from all of your mutations."
With me, trusted brothers.
I don't think I've particularly encountered that. And it's not hugely impactful, again. It's just kind of annoying because it means you're spending a whole ass other turn just chipping away at him.
Right.
Because you don't want to get too close to... He's now forced you to deal with the plants, of course.
Yeah.
Santor.
This particular mutation getting doubled may not be the most severe, but other ones can matter. Like, just weapon damage, like +1 or +2 getting doubled could hurt.
Well,
weapon
I
range
say this
going
one
from like +2 to +4 or +4 to +8 could be huge.
Yeah, no, I say in this particular circumstance, it's not impactful in the sense that him having more health isn't going to make him kill you anymore, and there's not other threatening things going on.
Right.
That means him living is going to substantially impact what's going on here.
So sad. That was a dice roll to get a critical hit on the plant.
Yeah, because critical hits on the plant are death.
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 Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Your orders?
None of these crits actually matter. Although I do like silencing him by cutting his head.
We slay
that's one
the
way.
darkness.
And there he went over the edge.
Yes.
So now, if I could just tell exactly where 14 tiles were, so I could be out of the range of this point.
I mean...
Ready to serve.
I was going to say, like, you could shoot the bolter? Use bolter range for that, but... and then add 4 more tiles?
Yeah, more than likely.
Commander.
Just see what tile you have line of sight on it. Or, like, targeting. Or The line that tells you can shoot it from there.
Oh, right. Yeah, the shot preview line. Yeah, good idea.
Empty.
So now it's time to be, I mean, was about to say unnecessarily cautious, but not really. Like, the Plague Doctor can't really do much. I think he can
It's just being boring and optimal.
shoot for 3, melee for 2. Like, Santor can just be around him and not ever be hurt by him. Actually, I don't think the other guys have a whole lot of armor. But it's like, he can't do anything. He's not going to stop us. He's not going to hurt us. But he is just going to make us be in range of this. Now, thankfully, that plant's spit is not armor piercing.
Attack!
It does try to inflict a status effect, but Santor resisted, thankfully.
Pathetic.
So, yeah, great. Thanks. You're really just stalling here, plant.
Your command.
I'm trying to figure out, what was Santor actually immune to? I don't know. Like, oh yeah, you know, immobilization, hobbled, plagued. What else could the plant have tried to inflict? I guess weakened. Maybe
At
blind.
your service.
I wish there were more options to be immune to plague. Just because it's so common. So annoying.
I mean, to some extent, it is so common that I think it's intended to be a regular, like, problem.
Right. Well, for it being such a regular problem, I feel like they don't give you a whole lot of ways of dealing with it. It's medical skulls or
At once.
endurance biomancy. Purified seems like it is too rare a
Vengeance.
resource or ability for how common status afflictions are.
Yeah, but most status afflictions are relatively minor. They're not important enough to really justify spending a resource on, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, even plague, like, is more obnoxious. If it were easier to cure, it would be even less obnoxious. And the fact that it's, 4 or 6 unavoidable damage when it happens is annoying, but it's like half HP at worst for a level 1 knight.
Yeah, I suppose it's fair that you can... Most of the other status effects you can work around, and Plague is really just... You can probably just soak the damage, then heal it afterwards.
Well, stuff like Weakened or Blind, you just kind of play through it anyways.
Yeah.
Plagued, I feel, is largely the same way. Same thing with, like, Pinned, or... Drained isn't really a status effect, but it's kind of the same thing. They are things that happen, and then you accept them and move on. They're not, like, so crippling that you have to deal with them, or it's going to cause a huge problem.
Aye, sir. Glory to Xiphos!
It's just that every so often that they kind of do ruin a plan. Then you have to do that. But, like, imagine spending a skull to deal with being blinded or weakened every time it happened. You wouldn't. Because
Right.
most of the time it's not that important.
That's why I want there to be some slightly, like, more accessible option to cure the status effects. Oh, yeah.
Well,
You
look,
had to say
there's
something.
weakened right there.
Yeah, thanks. Had to speak that one into existence.
Position.
The funniest thing is that weakened mattered. Well, almost mattered.
Yeah, I think it would have been at 1 without it.
Feel my wrath.
I know you're asking why, just not out loud.
No, I was about to ask out loud, why?
Moving out.
That's what I said. And the answer to that is showing off. We haven't seen what happens when you try to execute somebody with a warding stave.
I
Unleash me.
suppose. That's true.
Down. We have purified this place.
See, I think that was a brain mine well spent.
Well, now to go run for the other Bloomspawn.
At
Yeah.
once.
Remarkably little in our way on this map. We got to the first objective without even running to a unrelated patrol.
Well, there's always room for another unrelated patrol. It might have something to do with the map layout, though.
Your
The
command.
map layout seems
Yes, sir.
kind of...
Chaos stirs within the shadows.
I've seen this map plenty of
I am
times,
here
and
to
that
serve.
that first building that I kind of tried to
Mm-hmm.
pull back to, I have seen patrols in there many times before. You can
I'm just trying to imagine where the patrols are. I mean, I don't see one of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there's more than that, like, one
It will be
unanchored patrol on this map. Like, there obviously can be. I have definitely played this map and run into at least 2 unanchored patrols.
I'm just thinking, like, it seems like the map layout may not be conducive to, like, patrols getting too much in your way if you can go around where
Yes,
they are.
Commander.
Well,
That doesn't mean a whole lot.
I think they just didn't spawn as many
Yes,
this time around
Commander.
as previous times. Or as much as it possibly could have. Because this map is effectively a ring. It's
Yeah.
more or less a square with a giant gash cut in the middle diagonally. And, you know, we start at one corner, and then
At your
the
command.
2 adjacent corners have the Bloomspawn.
Aye, sir.
And there's usually a patrol between start point and Bloomspawn. Wasn't for us this time, but there could have been.
It does seem like you are setting up to go and do something about
The
that
foe is
patrol,
close.
however.
Let the hunt
Oh, yeah, of
continue.
course.
Oh, there's another patrol.
Well, that's
Although that's the one guarding the Bloomspawn, yeah.
Yeah. You may notice that the corner of this building is not there. If I ignore this patrol and try to engage the objective,
Oh,
I
they
am
will
almost
absolutely
assured-
spot you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I might as well get through this.
Crush them with might beyond reason.
Okay, starting off with the Iron Arm Balance, Biomancy, and then kicking in the door.
Yeah. Giving our interceptor maximum uptime on his iron arm.
It's funny that you went to the trouble of picking a spot. As if you weren't going to stop immediately.
Right.
I know, it's just instinct to be like, oh, I'm going to move to one of these locations. Well,
Have we seen this guy before? I feel like we have.
no.
I see the foe.
So, in full disclosure, the save file has one of these was on the ship that I didn't bother showing. So we'll just go over this guy. So we have paladins.
I've claimed a seat.
Nurgle has these guys. They have this ability that actually we can get something similar of, where if we act anywhere within this red
Seed
circle,
extracted.
this guy's gonna shield charge whoever acts.
Bonk.
Yeah. It also gives him armor. And whoever they shield charge gets pinned. So it really sucks. The other big thing is they're immune to autos, so you can't overwatch them. Like, you
Can't
try to-
overwatch them, can't pin them down with melee attacks.
Yeah. But you know what you can do?
Shoot their arms off.
Disable the Plague Shield with a critical hit.
Destroy.
I had to use his last willpower there to make sure this was a crit, because I don't want to deal with that.
I mean, it's well worth it.
Focus fails me.
Well, it's funny, he kept the armor.
Here.
Oh yeah, like the ability gave him the armor. Like
Right. He didn't lose the armor when the ability turned off.
Face me!
Well, I imagine it would be kind of the same thing if the enemy could precision target us and disable it Aegis shield.
Well, he's got a physical shield.
Well, yeah, the shield wasn't providing him armor; it was providing immunity to autos.
Well, but
My blade
he
is
used the shield
ever ready.
to
Yeah,
defend.
that gives him +5 armor for a turn. Yeah, it just buffed him for a turn. We didn't strip the buff off of him. Did we? I don't know. Look, I understand why it does it the way it does. It makes sense to me.
Open a few to execute.
Standing ready.
Somewhere in our pinned entry, overlook the fact that, yes, Bosk is doing 3 stun a hit thanks to Iron Armor. It's great. Look at this. Oh, 4.
Kind of irrelevant, honestly. Unless you're gonna have somebody else take a shot and put him into execute range, which may
Your orders.
probably have been the... Yep, okay, Casualon does it.
Now, remember how last time we said we turn off support fire, or at least put it on ask? All that did was waste ammo. But also, it did something else. Something else that has come up multiple times.
Well,
Enemies destroyed.
I mean, no spoilers. We've just ended combat. It is still the same turn.
Yeah.
And it will be the same turn when you turn around the corner, which means you won't have support fire when you go and shoot. And you're going to be confused, and there will be an angry cursor shake.
Yeah, pretty good prediction.
What is your will?
I was thinking about this actually in the last video when we brought up Ask, because Blood Bowl 1 had the ability to set whether you wanted skills to be used,
Ready to
turned off,
serve.
or to ask every time that they were relevant.
Right.
Blood Bowl 2 doesn't have that.
On the way.
You can't choose whether or not you want skills to be on or off.
We will not
Certain
fail
skills.
against this menace.
I think they definitely patched ask into it because piling on was a big deal.
What they did was they made it ask when asking
You
is
are blessed by Nurgle.
if it's always beneficial to use the
Enemy
skill,
sighted.
you just use the skill.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
If it's always, bad to use the skill, it won't use the skill whenever using it is automatically bad.
Right.
So it'll only ask you when there's a real choice to be had.
Oh, that angry cursor was because they hardened, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I was just gonna throw mines at them, but nope. Although that AI, I mean, not AI, but like whatever, programming logic, had the problem of still always wanting to know whether or not you wanted to like fend or follow up or whatever. And
Well-
God, there's nothing worse than dealing with like Bretonians where everybody's got fend and you just sit there waiting 15 seconds every time you successfully block someone because the other guy is just mad that you knocked his peasant to the ground.
I mean,
Your orders.
first off, Bretonians aren't a real block.
Fend is a real skill though.
Fend is a real skill, and the idea of a team where the gimmick is all of your basic shit peasants have Fend is kind of a neat concept. It's quite strong in a lot of ways.
I see it get used on Norse a lot.
But Bretonians are not a real team because there's like a fanfiction team that a guy made that is the Bretonian team. And eventually it got added to Blood Bowl 2 because somebody designed it. It's like, hey, we need another team to make this more unique. What do we do? Well, add Bretonians. And because some people like Bretonians for whatever reason.
And I gotta say, like seemed like a pretty decent roster for a fan-made team.
It's been around since at least LRB4, maybe older than that. It's one guy's like pet project to try and like give it official status. And I guess he eventually succeeded, so I guess good on him. But yeah, no, we're talking about Blood Bowl though. It's like the corn team.
Oh yeah.
Just like,
what if everybody had frenzy?
What if everybody had frenzy? It's like, okay, like these gimmick teams are kind of okay, but
Your orders?
but after a point, you have the issue of like, once you have a sufficiently large number of choice, you have optimized out
Yes, Commander.
all of the like regular teams. Potentially. I mean, they didn't do that because they only had, Bretonians and the corn team.
Aye, sir.
And Blood Bowl's a terrible game, and nobody should play it. It's mechanical. It's such garbage.
Yeah, fucking elves. Just ruin the sport.
Blood Bowl is a game that doesn't know what it wants to be. It thinks it wants to be football, but it's wrong. It is a game where you succeed by taking the fewest actions possible.
Oh yeah, that
Justice!
Meanwhile, over here, I'm still just sad that Hardened has gone off, and I just
You don't get to execute. You're in the situation to get the max amount of executes, and the game has decided that this is not possible.
I've claimed the seed.
Well, you did get the seeds out of that.
yeah.
It's always nice.
Intercept has a good chance to crit, even without like extra stuff.
Barely a scratch.
Ah, yes.
Weak.
The smaller plants can actually be more dangerous. So they're armor piercing. They don't splash, I don't think.
Barely a scratch.
But I didn't see them there. And now Bask is actually kind of hurt.
He's blinded, weakened. He's taking a shitload of damage.
Yeah.
He's the only thing that has been able to target him.
Well, everyone was over here.
Oh, and everybody's favorite, Unending Horn.
Yeah. I hope everybody enjoys having like 4 more HP on every demonic unit right now.
Oh, I thought Unending Horn was the one that gives the like resurrection tag when you kill things.
Oh, no. Unending Horde is just the Nurglings, if they're around, add max HP to demons.
What is your will?
2 per Nurgling pile.
Yeah. No,
What is your will?
no skull.
Right. I didn't bring the medical skull because I needed, well I am
you've got the
choosing to
Biomancy.
use the Biomancy skull. And then I also wanted to steal seeds because this was a potentially for corruption place and I want seeds.
I mean, it's fair. But there's also a point where you have to accept that you have as many seeds as you need.
That is only ever true for green.
At your service.
I feel like by this point in the game, you can accept a reduce, like that you won't collect literally every seed in exchange for the fact that you have good crits. You can shoot the seeds out of them with
They're now good as
Santor, yeah.
Santor.
my wrath is restored, brother.
You won't collect 100% of seeds, but in exchange, you will have a more useful skull.
A little tactical.
It's funny
retreat.
that Santor has a 100% crit chance right now.
Oh, it's great. I think that was because I clicked Force Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that bolter adds a lot on the crit strike.
I am here to serve. Vengeance!
It's a pretty good term, farming out the executes
Blade is ever ready.
to make a bad situation less bad. boss
Still very debuffed, yes.
still very debuffed, but
Yes, Commander.
it does mean that he is a good choice for actually spending his AP on getting executes.
Well, he also still has Iron Arm Biomancy going.
Well, right. I mean, it doesn't matter that he's doing 2 less damage for stunning and executing something.
Yeah, exactly.
I am here to serve.
Though,
Orders.
why are you spending Santor?
XP, probably.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You don't need it.
Executed. Here.
Then,
Nope, this one's hardened.
can't be done.
Yes, Commander.
Ah, yes. So I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, how do I solve it? Bask isn't doing real damage. Santor, I probably actually want him to go shoot, like, the demon and take off some limbs or do some critical hits. I think in about 10 seconds I'm going to remember that Cajulon has the anti-demon bolter, and this pile of Nurglings is nothing to him.
These things mean nothing to me, man.
Oh, but I took this move with Santor so that I could get range out to here, around from
You
behind
didn't
cover.
shoot an arm off.
Yeah.
Or graze him?
He's far enough away that praise would be very funny. If
I
he
mean,
would
it's
turn
a
and
credible
swipe things.
choice, yeah.
Because if I failed the 50-50 roll on the craze and he behaves normally, he's still too far away to be, like, a real danger. But if he runs over and swipes one of the, like, zombies or the Nurgle pyramid there, or Nurgling pyramid, then that's just extra good. It's just very funny to me.
Your command.
Yep, Cajulon can just shoot him.
Yeah, I probably could have done that without the previous strike.
Ammo depleted. Your command.
I was just about to think, like, I might be overextending myself to go over there. I probably don't have a lot of AP left. 4, 3, 3. I'm like, okay, you know what? Know what?
As
I
ordered.
think we can do this.
At your command.
But those things are also all melee and tightly packed.
I mean, you say this, they're close enough, and you do have a...
Need more rounds.
Not the sound, the other one. Oh, but you needed to reload.
I needed to reload. Takes 2 ammo to do Psionic Onslaught.
Yeah.
Foe destroyed, Commander.
And then what's next? There's just some fucking Nurglings.
And 2 other smaller artillery plants with armor pierce.
Yeah, but... probably out of range.
Oh yeah, I meant if I go in, I probably don't have the means to go all the way and end it this turn, and I only get spit on by a bunch of armor piercing
Oh, yeah,
tiny
absolutely
plants. Yeah. So what is there to do? You're right. Like really, this is just reload, wait a turn, and then go in with fresh AP.
Cajulon take a shot and back up.
Man, when you got 4 AP, you can do these sorts of silly things.
Affirmative.
I mean, technically you do it with 3 AP. Move,
Yes.
shoot, move back.
Yeah, right.
The enemy is wounded. Opening fire.
The official done with this shit.
Yeah, right.
I am here to serve. Aye, sir. I aim true.
It really is no reason to ever approach these things manually when you have the option of teleporting it on them.
Reload required.
I mean,
What is your will?
there's 2 of these per mission, so you
Yeah,
have to
no.
approach
Sometimes
these
3. Oh, I did. There's a seed pod on the right-hand side of the screen. I just saw. I just wanted to run and got it. But I wanted him to get the kill.
Judge.
Seeds. I left seeds behind.
See, it's not so bad. You lived. The world didn't end.
What if that seed is what I need for the last purity seal? That, I don't know, gives me the last point of damage I need to kill the next Reaper.
I kind of doubt that.
Only 2 requisition. Oh, look at this bolter. I mean, it doesn't do anything particularly special.
It's just a
It's
solid
just-
bolter. 6
It's just
damage.
does so much damage. It's 7 after you rub some seeds on it.
And you can Cybolt to get 2 more. And then +1 crit damage on it. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, fast power.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And immune to hazards.
And then, oh.
I mean, it's 6 damage. With a better Force Strike. I
then
love the
inflicts
+2
vulnerable.
turns on
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah. You want to make something vulnerable for 3 turns.
Like this is fine as a melee weapon. It's not exciting. And
Yeah.
realistically, the problem with Corosius is that while vulnerable is fine and applying it for free is fine, usually would want something else.
Right. The upgrade to make it last for 2 more turns is a lot, but what is Santor going to get into melee with that's going to survive
Last
for 3 turns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it were on a bolter, that would be something else. But
Oh, yeah. Just look at all that move speed. +3 move speed is just so much when your move speed per AP is 5.
5, yeah.
This is a 60% increase to move speed. And
This would be really great for an interceptor.
interceptors can teleport. You know who
Yeah.
needs to close the distance into melee that can't teleport?
Justicars.
I mean, yeah, they've got options.
they wear
Like,
Terminator.
They got charge. But you know who doesn't even have that sort of an option?
Are you gonna give it to a purifier?
I am.
You know,
Actually,
I
you know
can
what?
respect that.
Your vagueness has sparked, because I was going to say, what about a melee focused purifier? But no, you have a very good point. It works equally as good on a incinerator purifier, because they always have to get close and don't have skills that gap close for them. So yes, I think a move speed set of armor absolutely plays into either way you want to kit a purifier.
I mean, it's, as you pointed out, it is a 60% increase in the speed that you get for AP. That piece of armor gets you further in 2 AP than a regular guy will get in 3.
Yeah,
Because, 16 off of 2 versus 15 off of 3.
yeah.
So it is almost like a +1 AP.
Yeah, that's true.
Situationally.
Yeah.
That armor would save you an AP in a lot of situations. I mean,
Very
think about
likely.
how many times it's like, oh, you were one away from
One
cover.
or 2 short. Yeah, but getting 3 free every AP is huge. Like that is,
Zelda.
I can make it to this next piece of cover, or I can make it into melee, or I can just. That's
Yeah.
a lot of movement. Because Rao already has a good set of power armor on him, although at the moment I can't remember the specifics. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this to Aldar, just because I've never run a melee purifier seriously before. So, let's give it a try. I need a good melee weapon for him. He's not got anything great at the moment. But let's give him the brain mines, because he's already got all the grenade skills. We'll give him the scrolls for crit chance, because I assume Ruthless Precision is in there somewhere. And then we're going to give him the movement armor and just rub all the seeds on it. Although, I guess we're not going to go see the purple guy anytime soon. Although, earlier in this video, I think I started researching, or finished researching the red. No. Started researching the red. No, finished researching the red.
You finished researching.
I knew that. I knew it. I remember the whole thing. Bakir being like, you know, we will be ready. Like, you know, ominous line read.
Oh, there's Blade Master right there.
Yeah. This is where I figured it out. I didn't realize this when I first picked him. And then I realized, wow, I'm kidding him out for this. Oh, he actually has a good trait for it. Also, I don't think I saw Ruthless Precision in there. Oh, that makes me so sad.
I didn't realize that Purifiers were just straight immune to hazards.
Yeah, that's their class feature. It's great.
Yeah.
Because what if they want to, you know, lay down a large amount of fire and then walk into it to continue shooting fire at the enemy?
Well, it does mean that they're immune to the plague.
The plague goo. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah.
And it's just a weirdly corrupted planet. It's a lot of different colors there.
We're calling that one the Monty Burns planet. So I'm not going to make it to the other ones in time. Figure we'll go deal with this Tentaris Hive probably off camera because it's probably going to be a slog like the other ones. So I'll see if I just clip it out like the ship. And then I should have a little bit of a window between the next set of missions to go deal with the Red Reaper. So probably the Red Reaper next video. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you then.